This works. Is that loud enough? Can you hear me back there? However much time they give me, it's going to be, Casey says it's going to be hilarious. But on the Lucky Charms, my name is Kellogg, so you can sing my song. Casey out loud. Oh, double good Kellogg's, best to you. Except I'm not best to anybody in the morning, and I don't get soggy in milk. I'm up here with blessing my shrink at the VA to do talk therapy. Instead of talking to her, I'm talking to you. And I basically just share what's on my mind with my nerves that are making me quiver. Woo! Yeah. Anyway, last month, who was here last month? What did I talk about last month? My boob job! All right, for those of you who missed it, the VA paid for a bilateral breast reconstruction. So your tax dollars went to good use. And the only good thing about Obama was that he approved it. And I got it done before Trump disallowed it. But anyway, I carried around 44 double Ds for about 50 years. And I didn't realize that it pulled, I did know that it pulled my neck and shoulder and everything. And I was in Fry's today. And I picked up one of those little tiny watermelons. You know those little tiny watermelons like this that you pay money for? And you scoop it out, you've got like enough to feed your dog. And then you feed the rind to your horse, you know, like this. But one of them weighed 3 pounds. And I held it up like this. In front. I ain't shy, babe. And I went, oh my God, I feel so wonderful. And I put it back and I went like this. And I went, oh, I feel so good. Because the right one weighed 3 pounds when the doctor took it out. And I have stitches back here, all the way up, keyhole up to the nipple. The nipple, wonderfully enough, is not this big anymore. That's what happens when you breastfeed. It's now this, and I don't care if it's sensitive or not, because ain't nobody getting near it ever except me. And you know, you're too big-breasted when a girlfriend challenges you and says, "Can you suck your own nipple?" Oh, God, I don't know. So after I wore out 2C batteries, I tried it. And by golly, I could. And you know what? It wasn't any fun at all. So I have like 56 stitches across here that are healing now. And when the doctor first took the bandages off, and I saw my 44 double Ds go down to a B cup, I looked down, and if you remember last month, I talked about lying on the beach in Southern California in the 60s and looking down and seeing my rib cage but not seeing my boobs. You remember that? Well, I was mixed in with other things. And when he took the bandages off and I looked down, it was like this giant bungee cord of 50 years from high school up to age 67 at Dr. Cole's office at Flagstaff Medical Center when I looked down and went, I'm back at the beach in the 60s again. You know, because my B cups are right there. And I can now stand up straight. I didn't realize that for 50 years I was standing like this because they were just like right up here. If you have a pencil and a piece, well, you guys text. Go to Flying Flamingo Refuge on YouTube, and there are 2 videos out there, and the one I did in April is out there, all 28 minutes of it. And I watched it the other day and went, oh my God, Kellogg, you're a hoot. So when I think about taking a sabbatical from being up here, I'm like, no, this is the way I get my nerves out, and this is the way I can belch in public and not get in trouble for my mother's spirit. But also, I will entertain you with the the realization that the Thursday, April 22nd, that the following Monday I was going to get rid of these watermelons, literally. By the way, I was the winner of the wet t-shirt contest at the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity rush parties at San Diego State University in 1972. And now I failed the pencil test. Nobody uses pencils anymore. Anyway, to get the feeling of what it was going to feel like not to have these bazoomies right here, I went up to my kitchen counter and I sidled up to, well, sidling is that way. I inched up to it and I lifted my boobs up and I put them on the counter. And then I moved closer, and kind of like ladies, you've had a mammogram where the lady comes in and goes, oh, we need this muscle over here, we need you to do here, we need your arm up here, and you have to hold your breath. Oh, by the way, after we take the picture, you can let your breath out. So here I am, thank heavens I live alone, and my cats didn't care, and my dog didn't care. And I've got my boobs on the counter, and my friend had told me, now just relax your knees. And I relaxed my knees and my boobs stayed on the counter. I went, holy shit. Wow, I couldn't wait for Monday. So here I am announcing the fact that I'm now a 44B. I don't even own a bra. I told the doc before the surgery when I'm out on anesthesia, I said, I want a B cup, I don't want to wear a bra. I haven't worn one since I got off active duty in 1999, so, you know, like that. So anyway, that's the boob story. Flying Flamingo Refuge on YouTube. There are 2 videos out there, and when Casey is done laughing, Casey, we're going to post this one too. What I wanted to talk to you about was basic training. When I joined the Air Force on a bet in 1976, hey, the guy that bet me got out after 10 years, and I stayed 23. Okay, I got the retirement check, and now I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, when I joined in 1976, women should have been barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen. The end of the Vietnam War, they opened up basic training to women. Well, I was in Tucson, and I went to the recruiter, and I said, what's basic training like? And he said, I don't know, they haven't had any classes going through, so there's nobody to tell you what it's going to be like. And I was like, all my friends were Marines, and I was like, ain't going to be nothing like the Marine Corps. And I was like, okay. So basic training basically starts in the airport. You know, they line you up, and you get all your anxiety out, and you land at Lackland Air Force Base, and they line you up, you know. Okay, I can do that. And in order to get the squadron, if you've ever seen Military Pomp and Circumstance, I love it. They're all taller tapped. The tall ones are in the front and the little ones are in the back. The little ones end up running when we just walk up front. But the way they do that is they say, if you're taller than the person in front of you, tap them on the shoulder and move up. Well, it's like, cool, tap, 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 and I ended up in the front. Well, I was a squad leader, and I had no discipline when I was growing up. My mother always said, if you want to go be with a guy, come home. And I said, Mom, I want to go to the drive-in theater in the Volkswagen in the back seat. You know, and she's, no, you can come. I said, Mom, you're spoiling all my teenage years, you know, like this. And so I was up front, and the TI came by, and she was inspecting all of us and everything, and she stood right in front of me, a little short bitch with blonde hair. And I'm standing there like this. My boobs weren't big then. After a while, when I weighed, 8 years ago, I weighed 325 pounds. And after the surgery, I lost 2 kilograms. I went from 107 kilograms to 105. So I have not weighed myself yet. But anyway, I'm standing up there, and she looks at me, and she says, Pat, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she said, wipe that smile off your face. I was like, I don't know what's going on. So it turns out I had a perpetual smile. Well, it kind of followed me the rest of my career. But in basic training, when they come in and bang the garbage can lids with a baseball bat at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you've got 50 girls that want to get up and do their makeup and their hair, and they have to get everything just right, and they've slept in their sheets, and their sheets are all over the place, and I was prepped, I knew. They didn't know that they had 3 minutes to make their bed, 2 minutes to go to the bathroom, and a total of 10 to line up like this. And these girls are like, oh, my makeup. And I'm like, I never wore makeup, like this. But I had learned to sleep just like this. On my back, slither into the covers, sleep just like this. And then you slither out in the morning, and all you have to do is tuck your rack in, okay? So I look around the room, 50 girls are sheets all over the place, and they're running all around. I'm like, you chickie poos are gonna have such a tough time here. And I was like, yes, I loved it because I had no discipline. My mother was a passive-aggressive, bleeding heart liberal, do what you want, and I didn't know you were supposed to work. I thought everybody went to the country club in the summertime. I didn't know you were supposed to work. I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. But throughout my career, that silver spoon went from the mouth to the back pocket when I was homeless, jobless, overeducated, and underemployed in Middle Georgia in 1994. That silver spoon was tarnished in the silverware drawer, which wasn't a drawer anymore because I was living in an office building in the hood where the cops, the fire department had orders not to fight the fire in the neighborhood until the cops arrived. And I called 911 once and I said, there are bullets whizzing by my trailer. And she said, which direction? I was like, well, they're not hitting me, like that. So anyway, here I am in the Air Force with discipline and protocol and esprit de corps and all those things that I always wanted but never knew and would never get. So to this day, when I'm done giving my dog treats and petting her and the cat's on my chest and the other one's meowing somewhere in the room, I still sleep just like this, just like I did in 1976. So watch out what you do in your youth, because you might end up doing it as you get older. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what it's like going from I was a hippie. Yeah. I inherited, when I graduated from high school in 1969, a sheriff came to the door, and I was in Southern California, and he came to the door and he said, are you Kellogg Patman? And I said, yes. And he said, is your mother here? I was like, Mom, what'd you do? My mom was riding a motorcycle and driving a Jaguar and, doing all these strange things. And she came to the door and she said, what? And the sheriff said, your daughter just inherited $100,000. And I looked out the door and I said, where's Alan Funk? Camden Campbell, where is he? I know he's here in the driveway. And one of my father's sisters during the Depression put money aside in trust at First Wisconsin Trust Bank in Milwaukee. And the first 5 children born to my father inherited whatever was in there when we turned either 18, got married, or went to college. Well, I graduated from high school when I was 18. $100,000. Hell, I had no financial sense. Everything was, I never paid for anything. I never worked. I had no idea. Everything was always just there. I spent it in 6 years. Took 6 years to spend $100,000 in 1969. And in 1976, the bank said, you better find a job. And I was like, job? I've been to college. You know, I have a bachelor's degree in recreation. I'm going to be a park ranger. And the Vietnam War ended, and no, I wasn't going to be a park ranger because I wasn't a vet. It didn't matter that you had a college degree in recreation and you were a park ranger and you could design tennis courts based on the sun and the wind and things like this. No, I wasn't a vet. So when this airman challenge, when my father asked Dave, how do you think Kelly would make it in the military? And Dave, when he was done rolling on the floor in laughter, said, I don't think she'd make it, sir, but I'd give anything to see her try. And you don't challenge a pattern. We're like Caesar Milan, we're pit bulls. We don't let go. You know, we solve the problem. Well, I marched right into that recruiter's office and I signed up and they said, what job do you want? I said, I want to be a weather observer. So I went to 4 months of weather school at Chinook Air Force Base, which no longer exists. And I came out a weather observer, but I was a little promiscuous in tech school. And I checked into Hill Air Force Base in Ogden, Utah as a weather observer in the isolation ward at the base hospital because I had the kissing disease. Mononucleosis. I should have gotten kicked out in tech school because I think I slept with everybody that I could. And I put the capital P in bold on promiscuous. But now I'm 67 and I don't have AIDS. And I don't have any STDs. But I don't have any big boobs anymore. And I have my dress blues uniform, and the officer in me lets me know that I can't wear it in public because it doesn't quite button up here. But I put it on, and it fit up here.
Do we get off time?
Do I have to get up?
No.
Okay, yeah, okay. But anyway, I hope that's entertaining. Go to Flying Flamingo Refuge. There are 2 videos out there. Grab your popcorn and get ready to laugh. Okay, right now I have 4 quilts to give away.